AITA for refusing to babysit my half-siblings and telling my dad I'm not his backup mom. When I was 12, my world completely fell apart. My parents had what I thought was a solid marriage, but then my dad had an affair with a woman 14 years younger than him, Emily, now 31F. My mom found out because one of her friends saw my dad and Emily together at a restaurant, being way too affectionate for it to be a business dinner, like he later tried to claim. A few months later, my mom filed for divorce, and it was messy as hell. I was old enough to understand what was happening, and even though my dad tried to play the "this is between adults" card, I wasn't stupid. I knew he destroyed our family. He tried to justify it by saying he and my mom had been having problems anyway. But even if that were true, cheating wasn't the answer. I saw what it did to my mom, how she stopped eating properly, how she cried in the bathroom when she thought I wasn't listening. And I saw how my dad moved on so fast. We were just an old chapter of his life that he had no problem closing. He married Emily less than a year after the divorce was finalized. I remember sitting in the courtroom when the judge confirmed everything was official, and my dad looked relieved. That's something I'll never forget. After the divorce, I chose to live with my mom full-time. My dad got joint custody, but as I got older, I started refusing to go over to his house. I didn't want to be around Emily, and I resented how quickly he built a new family while I was still grieving the loss of the old one. Fast forward to now. I'm 19, in college full-time, and working part-time to cover my expenses. I don't have a lot of free time, and whatever I do have, I definitely don't want to spend at my dad's house playing free babysitter. But ever since he and Emily had kids, 3 and 5, he's been constantly pushing me to help out. The first time he asked, I actually considered it. I figured maybe it would be okay to spend a little time with my half-siblings, even if I didn't exactly want to be part of their lives. But then I realized what he actually meant by helping out. It wasn't, hey, come spend time with your siblings and get to know them. It was, hey, come take care of them so Emily and I can get a break. The first few times, I made polite excuses. Oh, I have a shift at work. I have an exam coming up. I'm really busy with school. But my dad never took no for an answer. He'd always try to guilt-trip me. Family helps family. Your siblings adore you. Don't you want to bond with them? Emily is really struggling. You have no idea how hard it is being a mom. You're being really selfish. It's just a few hours. A few months ago, he started expecting me to babysit. It was my obligation. He'd call, and instead of asking, he'd say something like, hey, we need you to come over Saturday. Emily and I have plans. Excuse me, we need you. Last time I checked, I didn't sign up to be a third parent in this situation. I stood my ground, but the guilt trips kept coming. Then last weekend, things came to a boiling point. Saturday morning, I was at home catching up on assignments when my dad called. I knew what was coming, but I answered anyway. Big mistake. Hey, he said, immediately launching into it. Emily is really overwhelmed, and she had a bit of a breakdown this morning. We need you to come watch the kids for a few hours. No asking. Just we need you. I sighed. Dad, I already told you, I'm busy. Come on, you could do homework here. Dad, I have an actual job, school, and my own responsibilities. I don't have time to babysit 3 kids under 5. Family helps family, he said again, his favorite phrase. It's just for a few hours. You never make an effort to be part of their lives. And that's when I snapped. I'm not your backup mom, Dad. You and Emily chose to have more kids, and that's not my responsibility. Silence. For a moment, I thought he had hung up. Then he finally said, in the most disappointed voice ever, I thought you were more mature than this. And then he hung up. A few hours later, the text messages started rolling in. First from him, then from Emily, and then from other family members. Dad, I can't believe how selfish you're being. Emily, wow. Just wow. I always thought we could be close, but I see now that you don't care about your family at all. Grandma, your father needs you in his time of need. You're being really cold-hearted. My mom, on the other hand, fully supports me. When I told her what happened, she just rolled her eyes and said, of course he's trying to pawn his responsibilities off on you. He did the same thing to me. But now half my family is acting like I abandoned them. I feel like they're only seeing me as some built-in babysitter rather than an actual person with her own life. I don't feel bad for what I said, but I do feel bad that this whole situation has made my relationship with my dad even worse. Part of me wonders if I should have just sucked it up and helped out to keep the peace, but at the same time, I refuse to be manipulated into a role I never agreed to. So, Reddit, AITA for refusing to help and telling my dad the truth?